is Steve. I'm checking in with you at Bass Musician Magazine, and today I have the Peavey MAX 208. This is a 200-watt solid-state bass amp with a proprietary baffled cabinet that points the speakers up towards your ears rather than to your knees, so it projects really well. The design is made to be slim and easy to transport with one hand, so if you are carrying it, it makes it very easy to use. Peavey has sent us this to really show you what they've done and the amazing features. I'm going to demo this product for you, and what I'm going to do for my signal chain is I'm going to use a Phil Jones bass cable, one of his pure sound cables, and a Music Man Cutlass bass for our sound chain leading into our Peavey. Alright guys, we'll be back in a minute. Here is the layout of the MAX 208. We have our passive and active inputs, followed by our gain knob. The gain knob controls the level of our preamp with a overdrive button underneath. This overdrive button works as a crunch circuit. It's designed that the volume of the amp will not change when the boost is switched on, but the distortion level will increase depending on the level of the gain knob. We have our bass, part of our 3-band EQ, and we have these bass, middle, and treble, and underneath we have our contour, mid-shift, and bright. Our contour, this button boosts the highs and the lows, simultaneously cutting the midtones, producing that scoop sound. The mid-shift, this frequency controls the center frequency of the middle knob. When the switch is out, the mid-frequency is 600 Hz. When the middle frequency, when the button is pushed in, the frequency is 250 Hz. Then we have our bright switch. This button provides a 10 decibel boost to frequencies above the 1000 Hz range, followed by our volume and our Cosmos C button. The Cosmos C low enhancement works by creating harmonics of signals in the bottom octave, where speakers are usually ineffective. The harmonics are more easily reproduced, resulting in a perception of a stronger bass. Alright guys, so getting a closer look at this back panel, we can see that we have an effects send and return, followed by a ground lift and a DI output, with our auxiliary in and our headphones out for quiet practice. And we also have a foot switch that works with our overdrive or our mute function. Alright friends, so we're back here. We're going to run through the control panel. We're going to look at our gain, our overdrive, our 3-band EQ with our contour, mid-shift, and bright. Also our volume with our Cosmos C. I would turn my gain up and find a spot where it would be peaking, because I want my preamp in there, and then I'm going to turn up my volume. Excellent. All right, so let's experiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring everything midway. There we go. Good. All right, so now we have everything kind of set midway. We're going to experiment a little bit with our overdrive, and the overdrive is driven by the gain. So the volume is not going to increase, but we are going to have our gain inside there. With the overdrive, by increasing the gain, overdrive off, overdrive on. Let's crank that all the way up. So let's bring that back down. Normally gain, I like to actually have it with the overdrive just a little bit to dirty up the signal just a little bit. Okay, let's turn that back off. Coming over to our bass boost, our bass, with our contour. Remember, our contour adds that scoop effect. So it increases the highs and the bass while scooping out the mid-range frequency. Turning that back off, we're going to go to our mids, turn our mids up a little bit, bass up a little bit, and then we have our mid shift. So our mid shift when it is out is 250 Hertz. When it's pressed in, we have the 600 hertz. Turn that back off. And back in. Back out. Set back almost midway. Next, we're going to visit our treble. And let's play that lick. Scale lick. Turn the treble up. Let's add in the bright switch. And let's pull that treble back down a little bit and try that again. And let's turn that bright out. Okay, so traveling more to the right, we see our volume. Our volume knob is set at around 4. This is a great stage amp. Really great for upright, really great for electric bass. Also works really well as a monitor on stage. A lot of the models feature a kick mount on the side, and that is really awesome. This one does not have it on it, but the other ones I've seen did, and it really is nice because you can adjust that and use it as a stage monitor. The feature that really I find attractive about this bass, not just the way that the speakers are angled inside so that they are projecting towards my face without having to kick the cabinet back, but is also this Cosmos C. So the Cosmos C adds subharmonic frequencies. So let's bring that bass back up, and I'm going to set this where I normally like my bass amp. So I would probably use the mid shift. I'd set the bright somewhere a little bit lower, bring the bass up. And this is kind of around the range that I would be looking for. And let's take a look at this Cosmos C. So when we activate the Cosmos C with that, we start to hear some of those subharmonic frequencies. I can definitely hear the difference between when it is active and when it is passive. The frequencies kick in and it does feel like it is a bigger cabinet than it actually is, and it's a very pleasing sound. Again, this is actually dependent upon the amount of power going into it. So when you do have the amp cranked up a little bit and also the volume on the bass turned up, you are going to hear more of that, but it is a really excellent feature found in the Max 208 and all the Max series. But in this one, it is especially prevalent. I like it a lot, and I think it sounds incredible. So let's take that back out and hear that again. And let's turn that back on. We hear it activate. And back off. So once again, gain, 3-band EQ, bass, middle, treble, with their corresponding switches of a contour, which is our mid scoop with a bass and treble boost, a mid shift that brings up that mid-range frequency to 600 kilohertz or the 250 kilohertz, followed by a treble with a bright switch that boosts the bright signal. Cosmos C enhances that aural low-end fundamental of the bass frequency, and an overdrive feature that does not boost the overall volume of the bass amp, but adds in that grit that you're looking for with that amp that you want to hear in a signal chain without having to always fidget with your volume knob. You can set it, turn it on, and it has a foot switch that allows us to move back and forth between that overdrive signal. Mute and overdrive. All right, guys, up next, little synopsis and overview. Hey low-enders, thanks for checking this review out of the Max 208 by Peavey. This is a great little amp for any situation, whether it's practicing or you're on a stage, or here's another option, is with the upright, it sounds incredible. So there's another way that you can make it part of your sound. It is incredible, sounds good, it's awesome. All right guys, be well out there, peace, love, and low notes.